we are going to make mermaid tails for the LPS DIY video. So I'm just going to show you some of my previous mermaid tails. This one was my first one, so I didn't use every material that I use now. This is a stronger one because I put aluminum foil in it. And here's some others. Anyways, so today what we need is some aluminum foil. We need some aluminum foil. You could use scissors. It's better to use scissors, but you don't need it exactly. You need clay. It shouldn't be air dry clay. It should be the wet clay that stays wet so it's flexible when the pet wears it and you can take it off and on. Like, see, I can bend this. It doesn't dry. Okay, so now we are going to take the LPS. It should be an LPS that's not like too,
not like this
tail.
Not like this sitting.
It should be an LPS that you can actually make a mermaid tail on. I'm sorry guys, but you can't make a mermaid tail on every single LPS. But you can make them on some of them. Okay, so what you need is you need to cut the aluminum foil in a way, and then after doing so, you need to cut it to, well, kind of whatever size. You need to make sure that you can actually wrap it around the pet. So you just wrap it around the pet. You might want to make a hole for the tail, which seems a little weird, but yeah, and then you wrap it around so you think it's the right size and shape for your tail. You could cut off some parts and stuff. So you just wrap it around till you think it looks good. Oh, sorry guys. Wrap it around till you think it looks good. Make it actually look like a mermaid tail. Like kind of shaped like a mermaid tail. This is the foundation so that's strong. It's a strong mermaid tail so that it doesn't like break as easily. It still might break if you're like throwing it on the ground, but why would we do that? Okay, so now after you've kind of formed a really weird looking tail, you are going to try to make it a little more like a mermaid tail. So I'm just gonna make it smaller, and then I'm gonna cut it off if it's a little too big of a tail. I'm gonna go like this. Make it a little more like tipped at the end. Then the rest of the tail is going to be just clay. So now we're gonna take the clay. This is probably my worst tail, but now we're gonna take the clay and we're gonna wrap it around the foundation, which is the this. And yeah, I've done way better ones. That's what my brother said. And so I'm just, yeah, my brother's the cameraman. Anyways, so you just form it around here to make it look more like a mermaid tail than this, because this is just the foundation. It just holds it together. Because this is easy to break. This is also easy to break. It's just less easy to break. So if it's really like messy clay, like, because you can see my fingers are kind of covered in this clay, you might want to like add some plastic, like from a like plastic bag, like lunch bag type thing, and like a Ziploc type bag or something, and like cut it out and then put it around it. I haven't tried that, so I don't know if that would work, but you guys can experiment with that.
Let's see if it works.
Yeah, I'm going to shape. This is like my worst tail ever.
Yeah, she's done way better ones. She's just trying to make this video quick.
Because, yeah, we only can do a video for so long for some reason.
Then the camera just goes poof. No video.
Sometimes the video ends before we want it to. It's not our fault. It's kind of the camera's fault. It doesn't, because we use a phone and it says you have a certain time limit. About 15 minutes is the time limit. So you have to kind of do it faster. Okay. So now you just form it around the pet. And make sure that you're able to take it off. So I would put a slit in right here at the bottom or at the top. I think that would work better a little bit. just make a little slit so it can come off. Make sure that it can come off, because if it can't come off, then you'll probably break it. So I'm gonna take it off really quick just to form it better. Okay, it's kind of hard to get off because not every pet works for this. I thought this pet would work better, but I guess it doesn't.
Yeah, see guys, we're not professionals. We're just kids.
Okay, so you take this off and you just form it around. Just keep forming it around. And make sure that the bottom is open so you can like open it up and slide the pet out. But make sure that it's tight enough that so that in your video or whatever you're doing, it won't fall off. Now I'm gonna make this a little more realistic. Okay, so now you should leave a little bit of this showing because you won't really see it because it's gonna be under the pet's head. But if you really want to, you can do this. I'm gonna do it anyways because yes. And
make sure
the clay on top of
Make sure you don't cover the pet's tail if they even have a tail, if it's like a monkey or an ape.
Well, I don't know if you can make one for an ape or a monkey. It depends what pet it is. You can't do it with every single pet.
Why would an ape be wearing a...
Okay, so now we're going to make a tail similar to this.
Yeah,
I have all these different tails, different shaped tails, like this one, more like a normal mermaid tail. This one, I really like it. It was kind of hard to make. This one
is your
just
favorite.
Standard egg. This one was also pretty hard to make, and it kind of got squished.
So a lot, so that's why it's so rough.
Okay, so one thing that you want to do is you want to take a little bit of clay. You don't want to make it like too heavy. And so we're going to just take the clay, roll it up into a little ball, which I'm doing right now. See, like a little ball. It doesn't have to be perfect. Then you split the ball pretty much in half so that you get pretty equal sized tail fins thingy. And then you can just shape it into a tail. I think that's one way to do it, but I think I want to do a tail like this, which is where it's. I'm just gonna call it the taco tail because it just makes sense because it folds over kind of like a taco. Hold this, Bjorn. Sorry, my brother is like not holding the camera.
Yeah.
Okay, so you just kind of make it flat. Sorry, this table like sinks in if there's too much weight on it, and there's not very much weight on it, but yeah, so just make it into like a rectangle or like a triangle. I'm gonna try to make it more like this. Okay, so now you take this and you go like this, kind of like this, and then you wrap it around
that, and then
this is a really short tail, so I'm gonna make it a little bit longer. It doesn't really match the rest of the body, so I'm gonna make this tail longer.
Well, it's about the same size as this.
Well, no, not really. This one's a little smaller.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, all of them are different.
Yeah.
Even if you try to make them twins, they'll not end up exactly the same.
Yeah, this one's a little fat. No offense. No offense. It's just a little fat.
Okay, so now I'm going to lay this here. Get a little more flat first, actually. Try to make it like as equal as possible. This is not very equal, but I'm gonna make it a little longer. And now, so because this tail was a little too small, I'm going to go like this and make it a little bigger. I'm gonna make these tips a little pointed, kind of like those butterflies.
Monarch butterflies.
Well, monarch butterflies don't really have that, do they? Okay, I don't know.
I don't know. Whatever. Let's just keep doing this.
Okay, so I'm gonna. Okay, this is a really ugly tail, but this died. Sorry, guys. I'm really not doing it right. Okay, so I'm gonna do kind of like the tail I did before with the like little curve. It looks kind of cool. So you guys, I'm pretty much done with the tail. Now you need to make sure that it actually fits on the pet. So that's kind of why we're kind of sculpting it on the pet first. And you can put it in water too, so
It would stay together.
yeah, it will
Forever.
stay together in the water. It depends what type of clay it is. The color might go off into the water. So we're gonna pause it and show you it in the water. Okay, hi guys. So this is how they work in the water. If it's a little too warm, it might start to like fall apart, which kind of happened to this. They're kind of hurrying.
And also that we noticed that when you put it in the water, you can sort of see the parts that you missed more than you really realized.
Yeah, so if you see that there's like parts that are wrinkly or something,
Like
you could
that.
go over after it's dry. And so, yeah, this is what they look like in the water. And they do work in the water. And just take it off the pet before you let it dry, because it will mold inside and stuff, and you don't want that to happen. So, yeah. Bye, guys. Thank you.
See you next time. And also press like and subscribe.
And thank you. Bye, guys.
Make sure to watch our other videos. Bye.